Hi, I'm Jill Kebb with Plant Life Journey. We run whole food, plant-based, immersive cooking and yoga retreats in South Haven, Michigan. Today's yoga class might be typical of the yoga class that we offer if you're interested in taking it while you're here. We do chair yoga and also walking to the lighthouse, walking by the beach, lots of options. So I like to use these blocks. If you have the blocks, you don't need them, but I do like to use them. I also have like a little knee pad, which is just helpful for my knees. You can use a towel if you don't have one, and if you have a strap or a belt and you want to use that, you may. Come to a seated position and start to connect to your breath. For today's class, you might want to come with an intention, a word, a phrase that you can come back to in today's class, a word or intention that you can come back to for your day. You can also use this moment to consider maybe a prayer for someone you care about, and just intentionally come back to pray for that person in this day. Slow, gentle breathing in and out through your nose. Go ahead and let your head just gently drop to one side. Also, if you're more comfortable sitting on a block under your sit bones, that might be more comfortable for you, and go ahead and try that if you like. Let your head gently roll to the other side and breathe. And roll back again to the other side. And gently let your head rise. Roll your shoulders in one direction. And find the other direction. Place one of your hands next to you. Inhale as you lift your arm up. And exhale, slowly curve over, creating like a C type shape. You can just find that edge where you're feeling that stretch all along that side body. Your head can just be neutral here. You can choose to look over under your arm. The choice is yours. Breathe and release. Come back up. Inhale your arm up. Exhale, gently create that C on the other side. Release. Good. And come down, laying down onto your mat, keeping your feet planted. Bring a block with you. I like to have a block between my knees. Kind of do a bridge flow from here, so my hands will come up with me. You can put a little bit of pressure on your knees towards your block if you aren't using the block. You can also choose to have your feet at hip distance apart, or to make it a little harder, you can touch everything that you can. Always being mindful of your lower back here. Going slow, inhale, curl your spine up. Let your arms follow overhead for a nice stretch. And as you start to exhale, slowly come back down. Repeat this at your own pace, using your breath as your guide. One more time. And when you come down next, Ease into relaxing, and then tuck your shoulder blades under. Prepare to lift and hold, maybe clasping your hands underneath, and maybe putting a little more pressure on your block or on your legs to come together as you breathe and hold this bridge. And if you start to get shaky, that's just normal, and come out of it if it's too much for you. We'll take one more slow, steady breath here in this very intense bridge pose. A lot of muscles are working here. And when you're ready, slowly release that down. Really slow, vertebra by vertebra. You can remove the block and bring your knees in to hug, and maybe just roll it out a little bit. Good. Plant your knees back down. Just a little bit of abs here, palms up next to your thighs. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your hands closer to your knees as you lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Release down as you inhale. Exhale, come back up. And repeat this on your own, following your own breath. About 3 more times. Good. We've done some core engagement there. You can bring your knees in just to shake it up a little bit. From here, lift up your upper body, scoot your arms back. See if you can bring your hands back here, and then push everything up into a reverse tabletop. This is just a nice pose to start to add some strength to your arms. Let your head be neutral. Breathe, hold it together, and gently lower down. Cross your feet and come into tabletop. Do some cat-cows from here at your own pace. Inhaling, letting your belly drop, looking up. Exhale, look towards your navel, curl your spine up towards the ceiling. Just keep doing these cat and cows at your own pace, following your breath. Okay, last one. When you're done, come back to neutral. And then let's go ahead and push back into child's pose, wide-legged, or your knees can be close together, whichever feels better for you. Any variation that works. It's a good time to come back to your intention or your prayer for the day. When you're ready, push back up into tabletop. Hands are wide under shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Raise your hips up for downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let your head hang. Maybe shake yes or no. Pedal out your feet. And breathe. Raise your left leg up. And draw it to the front of the mat between your hands. We're going to stay here in a runner's lunge. And I do like to have the blocks up here for the runner's lunge if you have them, or if not, that's fine too. Just take a moment maybe to stretch your calf muscle out, moving your leg back and forth, or just staying static here for a moment. Breathe. Good. I'm placing my knee pad, ready to drop that right knee down, and continuing now to lift my chest, to lift your chest, using the blocks on low, on medium, or on high. This is a good moment to just really open up the hip. On the other side, and breathe. Place your right hand down on the mat. Lift your left arm up. Easy twist in a low lunge. Look up and breathe. Bring your hand to your head, elbow out. Exhale as you aim to touch one elbow to the elbow crease on your right hand. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring elbow to elbow together. One last time. Good. You can use your blocks if you like. Push down on your foot. Engage your core. Come up to your low lunge position where you're going to inhale your arms all the way up. And exhale your hands through to prayer. You can take a twist here, hooking the elbow on the outside of your knee, or if you have your block handy for a twist, just place that hand on your back. If your hands are in prayer, push them together, aiming for the center of your chest for a twist. Breathe. Engage your core. Come back up. And exhale your hands back to center. Using your blocks or not, straighten that left leg out into a modified half splits here. We'll stay here and hold this stretch for about 3 slow, steady breaths. Good. Come back into a neutral tabletop, and from here, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, let your head hang, and breathe. You're aiming to get your chest closer to your thighs. This wonderful pose. Inhale your right leg up and step it forward to the front of your mat between your hands for the runner's lunge. Getting your blocks handy, and stretch out your calf, maybe move around a little or stay static, your choice. Lower your knee down. Inhale your chest up and open, your knee forward, stretching out this whole hip opening, hip flexor side on the left side here. Good. You let your left hand come down, place it on the mat. Inhale your right arm up, look up, easy twist. Breathe. Hand comes onto your head gently. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Good. And put pressure on your foot, push down onto your leg, rise up into a nice low lunge. Inhale your arms up. And on this exhale, draw your hands into prayer. Twist using your hands to push and your elbow, or using that block, and breathe. Engage your core. Come back to center. Maybe grab your blocks for this nice half split stretch. We'll stay here, whatever position you're comfortable with, for 3 slow, steady breaths. Check in with your body. Just notice where you're feeling this. If it's a little too intense, just back off a little bit. Micro bend in the knees is always advisable. Feels good. Go ahead and come back into just removing your blocks. We're going to sit down on the mat. I'm going to move this away. I'll do my right leg out straight here. Left leg with your heel tucked in towards your center, kind of creating a 90-degree angle. Moving into some baby wild thing flows. These you can really mess with how you want to do with that. You can have your opening be a little bit larger, or keeping it at 90 degree. Your left hand is down, fingers are out wide. Inhale long as you lift your hips up and your arms stretch long, micro bend in the elbow. Exhale back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. You're going for a really nice long stretch all along the side body here. Feels so nice. Exhale down. Good. Come to face your leg. And here's where you might want to use the strap or a block. Sitting up tall, inhale long, exhale, come over the leg. Any amount that feels good. Sometimes, like if I put the block at the end of my foot and kind of hold on to that, that helps. If you have a belt or a strap, but you don't want to overstretch anything, so be mindful of your body, check in, and try to just relax into this and breathe. We'll stay here for 5 slow, steady breaths. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands back up. Bring your left knee up, cross it over so that your left foot is planted next to the outer part of your right thigh. Hug your left knee, left hand planted behind you, and turn and twist, looking over your left shoulder. Breathe here. Use a little arm strength to draw that knee closer to you. in this twist. Good. Come back to the front, release, and go to the other side. So left leg is out long. Your right leg is just bent. Right hand behind you. Baby wild thing. Inhale. Inhale long here. And exhale back down. Follow your own breath here. Feel the stretch. Go slow. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Sit up tall. Inhale up long, arms up tall. Exhale, knee to nose. It might feel good to plant your forehead. You might want to keep your back more straight, or you might want to just bend down and relax into it. Listen to where your body is feeling. And we'll stay here for about 5 slow, steady breaths. Gently walk your hands in and cross your leg over the other as we did before. Giving a hug, wrapping your arm around that knee, right hand behind you, sitting up tall, inhale, and exhale, twist, looking over the right shoulder. Good, release, come back to center. We're gonna lower down, taking a reclined pigeon. I like to have the block handy for this as well. Cross your left knee on top of your right thigh here, and maybe before you bring your legs up, you can kind of have the block handy near your sit bones so that when you draw your knees in, your legs in, your little reclined pigeon, seems like it kind of helps the stretch. That's up to you. Breathe and relax everything that you can relax here. You can be static. You can have a little movement. Choice is always yours. Two more breaths here. And breathe. When you're ready, lower down. Continue to cross that leg over the other, and perhaps let your hands be in a cactus position, just letting your knees fall to one side so your hips are kind of stacked, aiming to keep your left shoulder on the mat, maybe looking over to the left side. Breathe. Feel free to use the blocks where they may help, maybe under your knee. That could be useful. I really like discovering where the blocks kind of help me get into the stretch a little better or make things more comfortable. This is your practice, and it's fun to find those little tricks that work for you. Slowly engage your core, bring your knees back, switch sides, the right leg over crossed onto your left in pigeon, roll, draw your hips forward, your legs forward, decide if you want to use the block to help intensify this reclined pigeon, and breathe. Try to relax everything that you can, discovering what works for you. We'll be here for about 5 slow, steady breaths. When you're ready, let your foot come back down. Continue to cross that leg over. Hands come into cactus and gently let the knee fall. Stacking hip over hip, looking to your right, and breathe. Engage your core, come back up, unwind, straighten your legs. Our last stretch will be a banana stretch. So kind of move your hips over to the left side of your mat, cross your left ankle over your right ankle, raise your arms up and grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And kind of just imagine a nice kind of curvy side stretch on the left side of your body. Breathe here. One more breath. Slowly release. Scoot your hips over to the right side of the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Stretch long and imagine a little banana stretching out your right side body. Breathe. Release into your Shavasana, taking up some space. Let your feet fall open. Let your palms be towards the sky. Adjust your shoulders away from your ears. If you have a blanket that you'd like to throw over yourself, and just intend to melt into the mat, melt into the floor, coming back to your intention for the day again, or that prayer that you have in your mind. Thinking only of that, or of coming back to your breath. We'll have a few minutes of silence here to integrate the work that you've done. Start to wiggle your toes and your feet. Bring your feet back flat onto the mat, knees up. Maybe take another stretch of any kind here. Come to a side, maybe give yourself a little hug in a fetal position. When you give yourself that hug, be intentional about the love you have for yourself and the love you're I'm grateful. Hugs are good. We probably don't get enough hugs, right? Let's end this class with an Om. Hands at heart center. Connecting to your breath. Big inhale in. Thank you for joining me. The divine light within me sees and recognizes the divine light within you. Namaste. If someone in your life, if their behavior is bothering you, stick around for a moment because I have something to say about that. I just want to sort of say a prayer for the loved ones that we have that aren't making the choices that we wish they would be making. It's hard to see that. It's hard to be the caring, loving family member or friend who sees other people being controlled by addictions, poor choices. And I remember being there. I was there, and I can't say I know exactly how I clawed my way out of that life, of being controlled by my food addiction. But it got too much for me, and I humbled myself on my knees to my higher power and to people I could find that had what I wanted. And today I'm reminding myself, and you, if you're in that position, to keep focused on our good path that we're on the journey that we can just be an example of not living in that way. And if they come to us and want our help, we can help. Only then can we maybe try, because they have to want it first, and we're just spinning our wheels and wasting our energy if they don't. Many times they're just not even aware there's a problem. And it's just all their life and their choices and their consequences. They don't have to be our consequences. My own choices and my own behaviors are enough to take care of today. It's a lot. It's a real lot. So I encourage you to keep your energies, as I'm encouraging myself right now to keep my energies on what I can do for my healthy life today, in this day. Drink water, did my yoga. Where can I rest? Where can I get my work done? Keep breathing, good nutrition, creating good relationships. All that takes awareness and effort on my part. And that's enough, and it's a lot, and I need the help of my higher power. I need the help of loved ones sometimes, and I will ask when I need that help. And I continue to enjoy my good, healthy path. And I am so grateful for that. And I hope that you feel a little released into letting your loved ones go and knowing that they have their own higher power. Let go of them and let God work in their lives when the timing is right. And for reasons beyond our understanding, the timing might not be right now. Thank you so much, God, for all that you do. Amen. And thanks again for anyone watching. Have a very blessed day.